Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the discussion of Blood Over Brighthaven. If you guys have not read this book, just know that we will have spoilers at some point in this discussion. So if you do not want to be spoiled, leave now. I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves, and then we will get into the questions. But in the comments below, leave an emoji if you read the book. Let us know if you haven't read the book, all the things. You can go ahead, Leah.
Hi, I'm Leah Beth. I'm here on YouTube and Instagram as Leah Beth Book Time, and I loved this book. It was amazing. I feel like it really itched the scratch for dark academia that I needed for this year. So I was super excited to join this discussion.
Yay.
I like the saying itch the scratch.
Listen, it's a West Virginia thing. I was confused all the time. Scratch the itch. I love you. I'm like, oh, I need to itch the scratch. And he's like, what? It's a whole West Virginia.
My mom does the same thing all the time.
It's just so hard to know.
Like she always mixes two. Like she'll be like, you can't put the cart before the horse. It was like, what?
You have to itch to scratch, right?
Itch to scratch, yeah.
So funny.
Here, this is a fun way to start this.
People just pop on and be like, what?
Like, what?
What's going on?
Well, anyways, hi everyone. I am Yvette from Libras Adores. I am on Instagram, and this was a fun read. I got mine from Corinna, so this is my fancy copy from her.
She sent it to you? That's
for my birthday.
Oh, I love that.
Aw, yeah. That's awesome.
That's surprising considering this dredged her soul of all the darkness.
She was living through this.
Yes, she was.
Marked safe after reading this book was
marked safe.
Yeah, mark yourself safe.
Yeah, that's funny.
See who's here. Hello, Betsy. Hi, Tammy. Betsy read it.
Blood.
Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Hello, Jill. She read it. Hello. Tammy read it. Jen read it. Hello, Corinna. Hi, Alicia.
Hi,
I know you both read it.
Okay.
I'm so excited that you guys all were able to get to it.
Yeah,
it's really hard to do stuff around like the holidays, so I marked myself safe.
Listen, this book was like psychologically intense for sure.
Yeah.
So funny. Okay,
also,
let's
make it into a movie, just saying.
Right? That would be a crazy movie.
I feel like it'd be really good because it's one book, not like a series.
Yes, exactly. Which I've been really loving the standalone fantasies. Like it's making my day. Mm-hmm. It's great. I'll go ahead and ask the first question. What were your expectations before reading this book, and were they correct?
Ooh, I guess I'll go first since I'm on top.
We can take turns.
Yeah, we can switch back and forth.
Fine.
So going into this, I knew nothing. Specifically, just the fact that I needed to read it by this date. Yes, Wendy kept reminding me. I think what I really expected it to be like, to be honest with you, I absolutely hated Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, which breaks my soul because I really love her as an author. She's amazing. But the book was just such a like philosophically intelligent flex. Like, look at how smart I am. Look at how smart I can write. And so when I first started reading this, I was like, oh God, it's another one of those. So when it started in with the science and the backstory and the fact that she was in school and she was rising up the ranks and all this, I'm like, oh, it's going to be another one of those. But it ended up surprising me and being so much more than just a dark academia. Like it was just, it's like Aristotle wrote this. I don't know. It's really, it's like a philosophy book.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So was I correct? Were they correct? Yes, it is dark academia. Was it correct that it was going to be boring? No, because so much of the magic system lended to itself, and it was really easy to understand when Wendy explained it to me.
We'll have to just decide if you actually read chapter 10 or not.
Nobody really knows.
I have to look back which that
Oh
one
my
is.
goodness. Listen, Yvette, the chat was unhinged. And there was like just all kinds of conversation that had nothing to do with the book in the chat.
I missed out. I need to reread the chat. I just like randomly put my own little things every once in a while, and then I stopped.
It's
Honestly,
so funny.
It was frustrating because the freaking audiobook was not chaptered correctly. So she's like, I'm like, I'm at chapter 18. She's like, oh, so you know about the blight? And I'm like, kinda.
Yeah.
Not really everything I thought it was.
Were you on Libby or where were you reading it?
Everend.
Everend. And the chapters are literally like 8 chapters off of the audiobook version.
Oh my gosh, I hate it when they do that.
Yes.
I bet it was because they had those little blurbs at the beginning of the chapter and they counted that as a chapter.
Possibly. Yeah. It was.
Yeah. I hate it when that happens. Like I was reading a book and they were like, oh, you're just 4 chapters behind. Just like whatever the chapter it says, -4. I was like, that's stupid. So like, yeah.
It's a mess.
It was.
Yvette, how about you?
I notoriously go into every book blind, so I just had feelings about what this book was going to be like, and that was it. Like a lot of people talking about how amazing it was, a standalone. What really drew me to it was Sword of Kaigen was the first one that I had ever heard of, and that one was supposed to be mind-blowing. So I didn't know anything about this going in. So going into it, like the magic system completely different than what I was expecting. I was anticipating more fantasy heavy than fantasy plus dark academia. But I had kind of seen mentions and rumbles about dark academia more recently, and I have found that I'm not a fan of dark academia, so I got a little nervous.
It really surprises me. Like it really
I know.
shakes.
So like right before this, somebody was like, it's dark academia and fantasy. I was like, oh no. So like I was a little worried, but it was okay. Like I didn't feel like it leaned the dark academia heavy that I don't like. So it wasn't at all like that. But yeah, I agree that like I haven't read Catabasis yet, but I have read Babel. And so it kind of reminded me of that. We'll talk about that later, but that was kind of what it was kind of leaning towards. And there's some other ones that I'm going to bring up, but yeah, it hit the expectations. Wasn't the only thing I wasn't expecting was the dark academia.
Would you say that this is, what would you say this is titled? Dark academia or fantasy or both?
Is it weird that I want to say sci-fi?
I was gonna say sci-fi too.
I think it's more sci-fi.
I feel like it's very sci-fi to me, where it's just like adding elements of our technology but making it magic, which is what I kind of think of as science fiction, science fantasy. Like
felt like it was more because she talked about like chemistry and science and math and alchemy.
Which reminds me of science, the science part, and being like our electricity is powered by this kind of magic system, and like how do the buggies run, and how does like that was one thing that hit right off the bat. What they talked about, the electricity being part of the magic system, and it's a typewriter. So I thought sci-fi.
I guess
I agree.
I thought fantasy because gods are involved, like divine rivals, like gods are involved. So I was like, okay, well that's, even though there's, well, no, it doesn't. It has like literature aspects.
Well, it's fantasy because it's a completely different world as well. Yeah, definitely.
So I just didn't know what this was actually supposed to be, fantasy, dark academia, or sci-fi. But I believe sci-fi is probably the most fitting.
I feel like
I believe it has all of those tags. I think on Goodreads it has them all.
Oh, does it? Yeah,
I believe. So I'll have to double check, but I think it does. Somebody in the comments can double check for us at the bottom. They usually have tags.
Yeah.
That's pretty creepy.
But
I don't
I
know if I
definitely
would
agree with
say
that.
dark academia as much as like academia. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't really dark, except for the fact that there is intentions of darkness.
I'm like, I feel like it was a lot of dark.
Well, dark.
What are you talking about?
Like it wasn't like I don't know, it kind of is dark academia in the sense that they are using science to do wrong.
Evil. Like,
how spoilery are we allowed to be? Full spoiler?
Well, let me answer first. Hold on. Just wait till we get to the questions, Leah.
We're not gonna let
Question 2, you can spoil.
Let me ask the questions. I'm just kidding. When I first just saw this, I didn't read a ton about it. Same as Yvette. I knew about the author because of Sword of Kaigen. So those were my expectations of just knowing that a lot of people love that book. And then my expectations, I would say, were wrong because I did not know how dark this would be. Like I knew it was dark academia. It was labeled dark, so I knew there would be aspects that were dark, but like I did not expect the level of and I guess I would say heavy, just because I just read Alchemized and I definitely don't think it's as dark as that, but I would say that it was really heavy in political type topics and stuff like that, and real world issues. So that I was not expecting. So I would say that my expectations, other than expecting her to be a good writer, I was wrong about everything else. So
I knew Sword of Kaigen is very deep and very deadly and stuff. So I kind of had that idea, but this is a pretty small read. It's only 400 pages. So I didn't know how much they would get into it in one book,
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Corinna said, I forgot that was what I got you for your birthday, Yvette. How fitting.
It was perfect.
It was. I think I had no expectations except I heard it was really good, but I expected a whimsical, fun academic setting. I didn't get it. But I got something so much more. Yeah. You're welcome.
Is the word I would not use for this.
No. Didn't know anything about it going in. Zero expectations going in. Really, I just knew that it was dark academia fantasy and thought it would be too smart for me, but there was just so much more depth to it than I knew going in.
Betsy was so smart, the way she described everything in the
Yes. I agree.
She was philosopher Betsy.
Yes. Everend is always double because of the blurbs at the front. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that they were labeling a whole chapter as the blurbs.
Good Lord, I'll never forget now.
Yeah. People have absolutely said sci-fi and philosophical. And once Corinna, I think it was, who told me that she studies philosophy or something like that. So that definitely comes across, I would say, in her writing. I feel like dark academia isn't always dark and heavy. It's just fantasy education. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't know that I have read enough to even really have any thoughts on what a dark academia would be. I feel like I haven't. I'm not even sure if I've read one.
Yeah, maybe but dark academia is if we were villains, and that has nothing to do with fantasy. It's
well, Catabasis is considered dark academia, and it's they use science to go to hell, essentially. So there's a fantastical aspect to where they're using.
Yeah.
Usually, when you're using science as a building block for magic,
I don't think it has to be magical, though. I think it's this is fantasy and dark academia. Dark academia on its own doesn't have to have any fantasy in it.
Well, I feel I think it was even Crave, the one that we don't like, by Tracy Wolff. It was there was dark academia in the sense that there were vampires and people who went there. So I feel there's usually something magical.
But if we were villains, is a bunch of students studying Shakespearean literature.
I guess it doesn't always have to be.
I need to double check what dark academia it is, because I think you can say this is dark academia and fantasy. but it doesn't have to be fantastical.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like for me, I just assumed there was a level of dark magic and education involved,
Yeah.
like school.
Yeah.
And that's all I really knew. Like
Right.
I don't think I've read a book really that I can think of off the top of my head.
Mm.
That is one. But
Yeah, I
maybe
was
it'll come to me
trying to think
later.
myself, and I don't know. Other than Calabasas, I mean, Babel would be, like you said, a really good one.
Yeah, the ones I
Also,
think of are Babel, If We Were Villains, A Study in Drowning.
Yeah, I haven't
And
read
haven't
that
read
one.
it.
those are the
But I
ones
have it.
and I haven't loved any of those yet.
Yeah. Well, I did hear another YouTuber say that this book reminded her of Babel as well. So that
It
was
did
interesting
for
that you
me.
said that.
It
Yeah.
did.
All right. So who's your favorite character, would you say? We can start with Yvette this time.
Let's see here. There's like the characters evolved. Like sometimes I'd be like, yeah, I like this character. And then I'd be like, oh, actually, I don't like that character. And then,
Yes.
so like the two that come to mind are side characters. So Kara, I initially did not like very much, and then liked her a lot more. And then Alba, is that right?
Yeah.
Alba was one that I really liked throughout, and then had a harsh turn towards the end. So
Yeah.
it was two like, stop it, Cleo. There's two characters that kind of change my opinion over time.
Yeah. They're all like morally gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Leah?
I loved Kara from the very beginning. Like, I just thought she was so cool. And I love whenever he was talking about how he raised her to be fully Quinn and didn't make her suppress anything. And my favorite line is whenever she says, like, drink your tea. It's rude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's giving her tea and she's like, well, drink it. Like, I just feel like Kara is just very, I feel like the climax of the book really wouldn't have happened without her.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
She pushed Siona and Tomwell to do things that they were very not okay with. But Tomwell I also loved because I felt like he had, I don't know, just like a very quiet confidence. Like he was just like sturdy. He had really rugged hands. That's all we know about him.
You and your rugged hands.
That's all we know about him.
I chose Tomwell only because I feel like for the majority, he was the most even keel out of all of them. Like he had his moments, but I feel like out of all the characters, he was the most level-headed for the most part. And so I liked him, but obviously they all had their moments where they were just like horrible human beings. But I feel like I liked him overall. I feel like Dark Academia isn't always dark and heavy. It's just fantasy education. Yeah. I wouldn't know.
I think you read that one already.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I did? Okay. Was totally ready for this book. I usually read Dark Academia, so I was ready for the deviations it was going to cause.
She's like, I'm ready.
I don't like much Dark Academia, which is crazy because this book was a top read for me.
Agreed.
I read 70% of Study in Drowning, and it wasn't too dark to me at all.
But that one's considered.
Yeah, I think it's probably just more like atmospheric, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks cool. I love the cover. I definitely want to try that one.
No, I don't think it does either because I read Truly Devious and it's considered Dark Academia and there just isn't any fantasy in it.
That's another one.
I heard that Babel similarity too, except without another point of view. Yeah. Tomwell, I loved him. Yes. Tomwell. Is it how do you say that? Thorold?
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 Is that her? Who is that? Why do I not know? Maybe she
Or
was,
was she trying to say Tommel?
She was probably
Oh.
trying to write Tommel.
Because honestly, there are names I couldn't pronounce, so like I was totally thinking maybe I just didn't know that one.
To gaslight us into believing there was a Thorold.
Tell us if this was a typo or a real person.
There's probably a Thorold. We just missed it.
Because I didn't listen to audio for a good bit of it. So some names, if I didn't hear it, I don't know how to pronounce correctly.
I did, but I don't remember a Thorold. But I'm going to look through just for fun.
Was it one of the Archmage? Not Birmingham, Brigham, but a different one?
There probably is. I mean, there were so many names. There was one guy named Dareth in here, and I'm like, what is the name Dareth?
Yeah.
Was that another Quen? One of the other ones that was working there?
Oh, was it the barkeeper? The bar?
I don't know.
She said
Watch us just be making.
She wrote it on the bottom. I'm on my phone. Autocorrect sucks.
Okay.
The mystery solved.
We're like, maybe we know who this is.
We're just over here trying to figure it out.
We're just like gaslit by the comment. Like, there was really a Thorold. We know there was.
I don't remember who he was.
Not me over here just worried about pronouncing it. Like,
Yeah.
how do you say this misspelling?
Thorold?
I loved Kara too. She was such a strong female side character.
Agreed.
Kara made me sad because she was so violent for being so young. It broke my heart. Yeah.
That's true. But she had a necessary violence that was needed for.
Yeah. Well, she didn't know any different.
She didn't know any different. Yeah, that's true.
I agree, but it's because how she grew up and how they were treated. And autocorrect sucks. Okay, so then who was your least favorite? Leah.
Yeah, I go first. Okay. Oh, we said his name at the beginning.
I know. I already forget.
Already. Gosh. Rinthorn.
No, hated him.
Yes. I absolutely hated Rinthorn because of obvious reasons. Or are we spoiling everything now?
Let's do it.
Yes. Okay. If you do not want to be spoiled, exit now.
Exit now. Because of I believe it was the library scene where he attacks her, right? So that was just the absolute worst. I think he said his coffee smelled like spoiled tea. Gross. Yeah, he was definitely my least favorite. But I would say that he was really only my least favorite because of that scene. But later, my least favorite became Brigham, her arch mage, because I was so disgusted that he was trying to like trick her and lie to her, and just the way that he handled her. One of the scenes that really got me was whenever she was like, I'm not going to let him get away with trying to be good. And I'm going to push him until he breaks to show him the true him. And so when she pushed him and he became the monster that we all kind of know that he was, it really like, I was just like, oh, he's been hiding in plain sight. I was disgusted by him. So I would say if I had to choose between both of them now, I would say the arch mage, because he the whole time was leading her down this path, not because he was a good person, but because he wanted to appease and right all of his wrongs and the ways that he had wronged women as a whole, basically making them infertile and just all the things. So I would say he had a greater impact of evil than Rinthorn with his one little grabby moment, which was absolutely horrendous.
He was trash.
He was trash.
Yeah.
They all needed to be thrown in the trash.
They did. They got theirs. So
yeah. I'd say both of those, because Rinthorn just like perpetually brought her down and was like, oh, are you having your women's time of month? You're having hysteria. Like at the very beginning when he was just like, oh, you can't take a joke. A man would have been able to take that joke, but it wasn't a joke. Like you knew it wasn't a joke. He was saying bad things about her. And when she got upset, he tried to pass it off as a joke and say she was sensitive and a man would be able to take it.
Yeah.
I think I wrote my feminine rage is coming in.
Yes.
So those little moments just throughout, just eating trying to eat away at her. And then Brigham with his trying to assuage his own guilt, but at the same time just always thinking he was right, just being this this is the way it is. This is the right way. And anytime she tried to bring anything up to him, he was just like, no, this is the proper path. I did this all for, the greater good. And like him going down all of those. And then the other one that I didn't like Tommel at all. I thought he was kind of annoying.
He's talking to me.
And that he was like, when she finally does realize what's going on, he's like, I can't forgive you. It's like, she literally did not know. Yeah. How is it okay for you to say that? Like, I don't know. I just thought he was very high and mighty.
Mm-hmm.
But I also didn't really like, she wasn't a likable character. So I was like, I get it, because she kept on saying how everybody belittled her. Everybody was putting her down, and she's a woman, but yet she was doing the same to him because he was a different race. Like, I was like, so everybody's sexist to you, but you're racist. So
yeah. To add to your feminine rage moment, the freaking doctor, I wish he could just like fall.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
That doctor.
Oh, he was a mess.
He said, like, oh, women are prone to hysteria. They need lobotomies. Like, dude, I'm gonna lobotomize you.
And so, like, any like coherent thought she ever had, and that she would come back with, it was a way to add to his stigma. It was like,
I hated the doctor. Like,
I would say Renthorn obviously was my least favorite because of the SA scene, but Brigham, if that scene hadn't happened, would have hands down been my least favorite because of just his horrible, everything about him. Like, just the sick-minded way he has to be to sit there and try to justify everything and gaslight her, and basically didn't even want, like, I loved how he was trying to appease his guilt by like helping her. Like, that was supposed to be his like good deed to get like a woman into the college. Like, just everything about him was trash. So
yeah, I agree. Like, just ruminating on all of it, I would say my favorite quote comes from my least favorite character. Or not my least favorite character. My favorite quote comes about the least favorite character, which was probably the Archmage, whenever she says, what he said poisoned every good thing he ever said to me. Like, when he said Tehran first, I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a good quote.
Yeah. Oh, 100% she had a reason, and it just made me sad.
I don't know what that's in reference to.
I know it was a bit ago, I think, before I asked the question. Renthorn, my thoughts about him will be blocked by YouTube. Yeah, I will say my hardest like thing about this was like, how will we discuss this book on YouTube? Because most of what was talked about we can't even talk about, but we all will just have to abbreviate. Yes, Renthorn, I wanted to kick him in the balls. Yes. 100%. I agree with all that Leah said, and even though we all know Brigham would be bad, it was so much more manipulative. Yeah. Totally agree with everything you said. Side note, I was doing dishes when the first started, but I meant to tell you all that you look so beautiful. Aw. Thank you, Karina.
Thank you.
Oh, the doctor was awful. Trash.
He was awful.
Yes, that doctor straight to the trash.
This comment by Alicia. All men in this book.
All the men were trash. 100%. They all deserve to be thrown in the trash.
Even Tommel had his moments, for sure.
He did have his moments. I'm saying that they all had their horrible moments, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you think the author handled the tougher topics well? Leah, are you first? No, Yvette.
It's Yvette now, yeah.
Oh, I think she did. There was something like, I get the act of writing it black and white in a certain way, but sometimes I wish there was. Basically what I'm saying is, when they just say all men are bad, it bothers me.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wish it had been like a majority of them, and there were no, in my mind, ended up being no true likable characters because they were so, everybody was immorally great. There was nobody kind of who stood out to me that I was like, man, I'm rooting for them. And so when I get the use of this in writing, that they make all the men bad to show how this can be set up and how they won't allow women in. But I just don't like it when they make every single one where you're not like, this one guy I could root for, or there's always the outlier, right?
Yeah.
So that part I struggled with a little bit, but I think she wrote we live in a world where women have much more rights than we did in the 20s. So I can't imagine that time frame where they would have said, yes, you are going into hysteria, or you have a mind of your own. You're a witch, like those types of things. So taking that into perspective, that it could be written from that time period where we have so many more rights now, that back then you would be taken and lobotomized, and you would be taken and burned at the stake. So there were those periods of time. So I guess I get that if it was written in a different time period, maybe I'd be like, yes, men are the worst. They are doing all these things to us. So I get that, like, writing device. And then the other one with, like, religion, I liked how she wrote it, but I wish she had said more to the fact that the way that these men act is a human.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
She keeps on jumping on me, and
I do that to my cat all the time.
It makes my computer every time. I'm like, just stay focused.
This is the people in this book. Throw them in the trash.
Throw them in the trash.
Throw them in the trash. She's gonna be mad at me now.
You had the noise like, wow.
She's like, okay, she'll be back.
Oh gosh.
But for me, the religion aspect, that I wish she had done was, like, they kept on saying that if this is your God, that he doesn't exist. I wish it had been more like, you have twisted a religion to go towards your aims. Like, it's not God's fault that you took your human aspirations and twisted it. They never said that. She kept on saying, well, I guess I'm a heretic then. It's like, no, maybe you have the true goals within you, So I wish they had touched more on that it wasn't like that these men were worshiping a God, that the God was telling them to do these things. No, it was a man who twisted the religion and said that they could do these things. And that is, a product of Satan. So I wish they had gotten that a little bit clearer out there. Like, I can infer that through my faith, but you don't get that if you don't have that. So that was the only one that was kind of a bother to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. To piggyback off of what you said, I love that you hit on that because it felt very cult-like in that sense.
That's what I was going to say.
That if you're using religion as the vehicle of any type of evil, that's very cultish. And that's when men twist religion. And I did find that annoying that she had that aspect that she never really resolved. Where men are inherently flawed. It's not God. You are misusing that, and all of that. What was the question again? Do you think the author handled the tougher topics? I would say the tougher topics. Gosh, there were so many, but what really hit me is that she handled this idea that's very fragile. And the idea that's fragile is like, it's a sensitive topic, so hear me out. Can you ever really right a wrong without there being sacrifice on in some way? There
Mhm.
you can't really make a unjust situation just without injustice. I know that sounds crazy to imagine, but it's kind of like, if something is so corrupt and it's so deep seated, that you're going to be pulling out the root of the plant with the weeds. Like, it's just like there's always going to be someone to suffer when you're trying to right a wrong, kind of like this
Yeah.
situation, because she wanted to right this wrong. She wanted the Quinn to not be killed anymore. But in doing so, the Quinn that didn't know it uprised, and then they killed a bunch of Tehran people. So it's like, I really feel like she handled the morally gray. She like challenged your way of thinking, and she did it well because she didn't really lend to her advice on how to
I
go.
agree.
She wasn't like, this is the right way or this is the right way. It was very much up to choice. And so I did like that aspect.
A messy ending, kind of.
Yeah, it really bothered me because I was like, I don't know what to feel, because this really could apply to real life, especially governmental corruption, politics, all of that. I also liked what you said about, I absolutely, with 100% certainty, know this lady probably does not like men. Like, she feels very, I mean, is the word sexist, like where you can be it on either side? You can be man hating, woman hating. I did feel like there was a lot of man hating.
Yes.
But it was like, it wasn't like, so I did feel like it was annoying because I don't hate men. And I did feel like she was really pushing that agenda in all of her characters, like you were saying. So I do feel like in that aspect, she was trying to like give us this picture, like every man in every sphere of your life in every way is bad. And so that I didn't like, because that's just not healthy. But yeah, I would say that she handled everything pretty well. But I do like how it's kind of like those movies on Netflix that you get to choose. Like, it's like the choice. Like, you get to choose adventure in this way or that way. I did feel like she left it up to us, which was really good. But I guess I would have liked to have heard more about like maybe her opinion in a way. Like, did she really think that the killing was bad on both sides? Like, I would have liked to have heard her opinion more, but then I also like that she left it out. I don't know. But I do feel like she was very equal in all of her opinions. They were good. Her writing was good. I didn't feel pushed into any corner, and that helped.
I would say I really think she did such a great job balancing both sides. I feel the way I looked at it, because at first I was like not sure where she was going to take like the religious thing, and I was like, "Uh-oh, where's this going?" But the way I looked at it was, I really believe she showed that each culture, like the Quinn and them, had their own god they believed in, and they both were making errors in the name of that. So like, I feel like they were both abusing their beliefs and like saying, "Oh, well, it's okay because God said this is fine," rather than taking responsibility. I feel like they both made those same mistakes, and they both kind of show what like that idea can be, and like cultish, where you are just using a blanket statement and just allowing that to be like, you can act however you want as long as you have this like label. And I think both sides really showed that you can't be that way, that you have to own up to your mistakes. You have to own up to like how you're doing these things, and you can't just blame everything on God. You have to take responsibility and do things the right way. And I also felt like, as far as, I do think that it was very like all the men were horrible, but I almost think that all the women were horrible too. And I don't really think that either side had like a lot of redeeming qualities, to be honest. Like, both men and women were pretty terrible. So I feel like she was pretty open-minded with everything, because they all had these like really gray areas and these really horrible qualities. And I feel like the whole purpose was to make us think about, if you take something like too far, it's always going to end up being like not okay. Like, there is like a too far with anything. And I feel like she really showed that with like all the stuff that happened in this and how people can really just abuse all kinds of things.
Mhm.
And I just really love that she made me think about all of that. But I would say overall, I think she handled it well. But I do agree that I think that she did lean pretty hard on the religious stuff. But I think overall, like I don't feel like I was being like pushed into like a certain corner or anything like that.
Yeah. I could see this being a banned book in some countries because she really did highlight the abuse of power
Mhm.
and the beauty of ignorant bliss. You know, how like this one chosen group of people is only mentally strong enough to know the burden of sacrificing for everyone else. And everyone else, they're just so blissfully ignorant. And only we can handle this tough news. But God made it so we can. So, I mean, that could be copy pasted in so many different religions in like political structures around the world. So I do feel like this book is pretty edgy for what it is. So I
Yeah.
think that she did a good job making it so it was like you can consume it, but also like it's a little unsafe.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the author was very clever with her storytelling. She made very clever decisions with her writing, ones I could discuss for hours, right? Yes. You are right. I agree. Like Ephraim, the Frozen River, I do enjoy stories where there is one man that believes the best in women. Yeah.
I haven't read that.
It's pretty good. I was typing and I thought Yvette hit a button to make a whoosh sound effect. I think she's talking about the cat. Betsy, it's so good. Yes, Yvette, I agree with you. Yes, Yvette hit it about the religion. God wasn't doing it, humans were. Yeah. I think some authors may feel differently, but write to send a message. I imagine that's what she was doing, but I could be wrong. My husband plays video games similar to the book, and you get to make the choices, and we talked about this a lot. It was very open-ended, especially at the end.
Mhm.
I completely agree, Wendy. I love the difference in religion and culture, and they used religion as a crutch. Yeah.
Yeah, it also felt like I didn't see that she wrote too much about the Quen being a bad culture, that they were a peaceful culture, they were very good, but that the Tehran was coming in and trying to, and the reason that they were punishing the Quens was because they didn't take on their religion. So it was very leaning towards any sort of religious, not takeover, but gentrification and everything, and like, which we've seen in history and everything. So I didn't see as much that she had anything bad about the Quens as much as these are all the things that Tehran has done and what they've done to everything around them. So
Mhm.
I think that she did very much lean towards one way. And I wish there had been a little bit more of, you know, what they were doing in Quen, like what they did in their livelihood and everything like that.
Yeah, we don't really get to see their life. We just see the opening scene of them escaping, but to see their like culture or their life would have been nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that at the end she showed their violence quite a bit.
But I think that's with any culture that's been suppressed and has been enslaved. That isn't a story of like a certain type of person. Like even if it was vice versa, it's just any type of person who has been enslaved for that long and they see an opening to rise up.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Tammy said, I think she did a good job of showing people can be both part of the problem and the solution. Yeah.
That's really good. That's a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you missed one comment from Corinna. True, if you are into this book.
There's a lot of focus on how the female main character was actually one of the worst characters, horrible and selfish. I saw it, but didn't focus on that. Yeah.
I didn't get that as much. I really need to go back and focus on that. I thought Sienna was great, but then you sent me something about
Oh, she had some very egotistical things
Yeah.
and
From the
self-righteous things.
Yeah, at the beginning, she like didn't remember people's names.
Well, I
Like,
do remember that. I guess I just see her as her true self post knowing the news. And so any way she acted after that, I was like, that's who she really is. Like I thought it changed her, you know?
Yeah, I wasn't sure, like Alba said, was this really
Yeah,
did it really change you, or was it more I am now morally high ground and my grandeur, I need to show my grandeur by doing such and such. I'm not saying I'm not saying that's what ended up happening to her, but she did flip the switch pretty quickly.
Yeah.
She did have parts in the second half where she said that she struggled with like just wanting to be the one who did it and things like that. So it did kind of show that aspect of her.
Yeah.
Did you feel the magic system was complicated? Did you enjoy it?
I think it's your turn.
Oh. No, after you sent me some graphics of the magic system. Let me see where it is. It's in the beginning. I think when Wendy sent me this, which helped me, not really like, I mean, like, I didn't think it was super complicated until I saw this, and like, I kind of could imagine it in my mind, but I guess there were certain aspects, I forget what I had told Wendy that was confusing, but there were just certain aspects about it that were a little bit like the grid, how certain aspects like apparatus things that are kind of more like just semantics. It wasn't a really big deal, but overall it wasn't hard. I think I assumed later that like certain magical symbols meant certain things, and there was almost like a formula for each thing. I really did find this spell web quite intriguing as an idea of magic, like that you have to kind of just cross-reference so many different spells. It's very complicated. I did find that to be pretty cool. But overall, I think it wasn't hard to understand. I think in my mind's eye, and correct me if I'm wrong, but when she opened the portal so everybody could see kind of like where their energy was coming from, it was kind of like a small mirror, like a little, right? Like almost like a crystal ball. Like, yeah. Okay. So other than that, no, I don't think it was complicated. Maybe the Quinn, when they talked about the ways that Quinn used magic, it was a little bit, I was thinking it was like a crystal ball too, because it's like a mirror into some other place.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't think it was super complicated. Oh, did I enjoy it? Yes, I did enjoy it. I felt like it was definitely like Divine Rivals meets, some super fantasy. Like it was just
that too.
Yeah, I was just like, I imagined the heroine in Divine Rivals being like, I'm gonna type everyone to death. Like it, just like a really good plot twist. It all happens. Like I really loved the way that I find it interesting too that they had to have like pre-written spells out that people would just punch in of the day and all of that. Like the system was really well intact. So it definitely took a lot of really intelligent people to make it what it was, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing. Reminded me of Divine Rivals. I didn't think it was very practical to be able to be like, and how do you walk? Like, you can't just like walk around and do a spell. You have to have
your typewriter.
Typewriter,
spellograph.
But this was very much what Babel was like. So,
yeah. I really loved it. I thought it was so unique. And it did remind me of Alchemized in just the fact that I like when the magic system is kind of explained in a logical way, if that makes sense. So I really love that aspect of it. There were parts that were like over my head, but I didn't feel like I had to fully understand it to keep going. Like I was just kind of like, I don't think this is like a huge thing that I need to be stuck on. So I do feel like it was not so focused on the magic system, to be honest.
Yeah, it was more political intrigue than the magic.
Yeah. Oh, we already did that one. At the end of the day, she will have left a mark in the world and be remembered, but I know she struggled. Yeah. I thought it was going to be so complicated because the spell creation and process was detailed, but you really didn't end up needing to know that. And it was more basic than I expected. Yeah, I think she kind of like set it up to where we thought possibly this was going to be a lot. And then after that, it kind of like evened out.
Yeah, as soon as it like said where the magic was coming from, it lost the magic portion and went into the political portion and religion portion.
Yeah. It took me so long to figure out where the magic came from. Betsy had to explain it to me because I was once again chapters off. And I was like, oh, the blight must be this spiritual boo. And then Betsy's like, no, this is what it is. And then when he's like, no, this is what it is. And then I'm like, oh, I'm not on the right chapter.
Yeah.
I found out the blight was just them, you know, taking energy sources. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So that was a fun moment. That made the magic system all make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does anyone know if this magic is part of some lore? I know it is in many anime shows.
Not that I know of, like Egyptian or Greek or Roman. And not Aztec.
There's definitely a movie that has a similar plot, but I can't remember what it is. And I told Wendy this is something that we've watched where like the energy of other people goes into another people group.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Star
I'm
Wars?
not sure.
No, is it Dune? Is it Dune? I think I said that before, but
I can't remember all the details of Dune.
I thought it was Dune because remember the pool, the water.
I haven't seen Dune yet or read it.
Oh yeah, it must be Dune. Okay, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. There's an aspect to Dune that's similar, and that's, you know, sci-fi post-apocalyptic-ish.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was, but caught on quickly and thought it was interesting. Hi, Amber. You made it. I love the book. Gave it 5 stars. I want to get the physical book and reread it. I do agree about the magic as it has also some political aspects. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Let's see. What did you think of the big reveal? Were you shocked to learn about Blight?
I think it's your turn.
No.
We never know.
Yeah. No, I wasn't shocked about it. I was as soon as, I don't know what chapter it was, but like as soon as he came in, I think it was when she was doing her exam and she took stuff from the other realm. I was like, oh, I bet that's what the blight is. So I wasn't too shocked when it came about. And this book also reminded me of a different one that two kind of enemy clans meet up and they don't realize that they're, I can't say the book or anything like that, but that they're the enemy clans and that the other one is trying to destroy the other one. They don't realize it. And so it really, like, right from the get-go, it reminded me of that. So from the beginning, I was like, oh, I bet they are destroying the other place. So I wasn't too surprised.
I had no idea. I was completely shocked. I had no idea. I was shook to my core. Like, and also, I've just not read anything like this at all. Like, nothing. So I don't have a lot to draw from as far as, like, I mean, the magic or energy being taken from other people or things I've never read or seen anything like that. So I just didn't expect it.
Yeah. I feel like for me, yes and no. Yes, because.
Well, I told you.
Yes, because, yeah, like, I did think it was super exciting and I did feel like it was kind of going down that path, but Wendy did reveal a little bit of it to me. But really, honestly, she didn't ruin it for me at all. What really shocked me more than just what the blight was that everybody knew about it and they were okay with it. So the big reveal for me actually just came later on, maybe. But the blight itself, taking energy from life sources, I guess for me, it was most shocking when I just saw the one depiction of it when she sources energy and she sees that girl die. And it felt very personal because that's when she started to feel it internally, like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm doing. So I feel like for me, that was more of a bigger moment for me emotionally than just knowing what the blight was. Actually seeing it firsthand operating in real time was like, wow.
Yeah.
My draw dropped. I, unlike Yvette, had no idea, but I've never read anything like this.
She was like, in her trial, she was taking some unidentified muck into her, like, to make this, like, when they said, hey, take it from the other realm. Because at first they made everybody only source energy, but they made her source, like, actual physical stuff. And I was like, oh, like, that's when I was kind of thought that maybe the physical stuff was that place.
I will say one thing that really confused me forever was, I don't know why, but it took me so long to figure out why it was the forbidden coordinates. Because they couldn't steal the energy from the people in the city.
They lived there. Yeah.
What's the forbidden coordinate? I'm so confused. And then
she was stuck on that for a long time.
I'm like, yes, that's what I was telling Wendy about. Like, I don't understand the forbidden coordinates. And
oh my gosh.
finally it hit me like, duh, you can't the coordinates of us because you don't want to take from the city. Because
don't kill yourself.
Oh yeah. I don't know why, but there were certain things I hyper fixated on that I really didn't need to.
I will say, after the first chapter, that was amazing setup. Like, what a good chapter.
Oh, that was
I 100% agree.
It was so good. I thought that Siona was Kara.
Me too.
I thought it was years in the future.
I did too.
And Kara, the baby that Tommel saved, became
this
Siona, and she was becoming a mage.
That's totally what I thought.
And it took me a minute on that. I was like, this maybe not, because then she was like, my father is, and I was like, is he really your father?
Are you making it so loud?
And then as soon as she ran into the janitor, that she never notices janitors, but this one caught her eye, I was like, oh wait, that's Tommel. So then I realized, like, I got off that path.
I felt the same way. Funny story, in the audiobook, Tommel's like Irish, which was like a fun time. You guys should definitely check out the audio too. It was like British.
I listened to the audio.
Yeah, I don't remember him being Irish. I just remember British.
To me, his accent.
He had no Irish accent.
I totally thought he did. He reminded
me a knockoff version of this.
He sounded Irish. I remember telling Wendy that. I was like, it sounds.
Did they sound British to you, Yvette? Because they did to me. Maybe we probably have different narrators if you don't think that, because they definitely
I thought they were just kind of. Oh, now I can't remember.
I feel like they had British accents.
Maybe there are.
Maybe or the lady did.
Maybe there's multiple audios, because I don't know. Like, my people, I'm pretty sure my guy.
We had the same one, but I don't remember him sounding Irish. I just remember the British.
I remember. I don't remember a thing, apparently.
I don't know.
Let me get through these while you guys look.
I
didn't feel shocked.
Returned it.
Oh no.
I have it still in brand.
I didn't feel shocked because it felt like something was going to happen. I was somehow shocked, but also not surprised. I was shocked. Listen, the ending of chapter 10 ruined me, and I'll never be the same. The beach scene. That was so dark.
It was
to
really
me.
dark.
That was so dark.
That she unribbons the girl.
Yes,
but I thought she was so dumb. Like, she's like,
I thought that was so dark.
She's just like, oh, let me just go check. If it's killing people, why would you go check that way?
Maybe she's.
I think that shows her egotistical side. She was so sure that he was wrong that she would do that.
Yeah.
Or maybe she thought it was going to be taken from an animal or a plant.
But she did take it from a plant in the beginning, so I was like, okay, let it go. Let it go.
Maybe she thought it really wouldn't target people. Like, okay, plants are okay. Okay, maybe
Yeah.
cow. A person, oh, the magic's gonna
Yeah.
stop there. I mean,
Yeah.
she's one of those people that's like, I can't believe it until I see it, kind of. I
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
All scientists usually are that way.
Yeah.
No, I knew it. I think it was Shannara Chronicles.
Shannara.
I may be wrong about the series that had something similar to this, and it gave me the same vibes as that. So I kind of figured.
No
I've
shock-
only seen that TV show. I have not read the book yet. I have it
Oh,
on
it's a
my.
TV show?
Yes, it was so good, but it was only one season. Shannara Chronicles, and Austin Butler was in it.
I love him.
It was great. Before he became Elvis and changed his accent. But
I just
it was
think he's the
a
best.
great show. But I don't remember that. I know she's like, she has to give, well, I guess she has to give her life force. Anyways, yes.
Yeah.
Great book. Great show.
Never heard of it. Corinna, I was sobbing. I do agree that I didn't read anything like this, but it was so good and sad.
Like I didn't sob at all. What's
I
wrong?
know. Leah's like, this is not dark. And I'm like,
No, I said just kidding. Like, I do believe it's dark, but I just feel like I can't cry over not real people unless it's about grief. Then I can. I don't know. I struggle with, I don't think I cry during fantasy books ever. I don't
yeah.
know. Maybe something's wrong with me.
I felt the same about the
sobbed
beginning.
in, let's see here. The one that everybody reads, Throne of Glass, at the end.
Oh, I
yeah.
hate it there.
Oh, yeah.
My best
I
friend
saw.
told me it sucked.
I also normally don't cry, but I sobbed.
Oh, same. The audio was good, but Leah, you were listening to the audio and you used the word spelled differently, but it was truly a word in the English language. So I thought you were just thinking a different word. I'm not sure what she's referring to.
She's saying mage, which is mage.
It's like, it's magistrate, right? But it's mage the way they say it. Like
A mage.
Like
M-A-G.
Yeah, I guess when you say mage, it does sound like the way that they say their A is long or short does change the way that it sounds.
It's just mage.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what she means exactly.
You have to
I don't
tell
either.
me. The person who read mine was Moira Quirk.
Yeah, it says she was British. She
It's
definitely sounded British.
It's whenever she does his voice. I'm trying
Okay,
to.
I was like, I only had one person.
It would take me. Well, it's just when she does. It's not when she reads the whole book, but when she specifically does his voice, it sounds almost like Irish. I guess it would be at the beginning. I can show it later. Like maybe I can just play it. Or maybe it was because it was on like 2 times speed. It was just speaking very fast, and it sounded like this. And I don't know.
That was the darkest part of the book. It was in the way it was written, the words that were used, the way the scene was described. Yeah. That scene was dark and such great writing. Yes. Love the show.
Yeah.
No, when Leah was talking about the forbidden coordinates.
Wait, let me go back to the comment.
I had a feeling I didn't know what we were referring to there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense than what we were thinking she was meaning. Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna skip, I feel like, ahead because I feel like we answered that question already when we were talking. So this, I feel like we sort of answered. Do you think that Tamil should have been judging Sayona so harshly? Why? I don't think so, because I think she did it unknowingly. I think that goes back to him being kind of like, treated like a slave. So, like, I think that his natural instinct is to just react that way, even if it's wrong.
Yeah.
You guys have different thoughts?
I kind of feel like, anyone who sees a people group being enslaved in any way, they should, in the fact that she, not even before she knew all about all the death stuff, but just the way she felt about the Quinn, how indoctrinated she was. Like, you guys should be so blessed that you're here.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 you little peon people.
She was.
She's very, I do feel like, yes, the way she talked to him before she even knew the truth, I do believe that is judge-worthy because she looked down on him as a people group. She was essentially racist. You can't, it would have been a liken to us going up to someone in slave days and saying, like, you know what you're doing is wrong, but like, you're cool. We're cool. But it's like, you know that you're doing something that's wrong. Like inherently, No. So I feel like she would know that segregating people into good enough or better than is already a moral problem. So I do feel like she already kind of sucked that way. And then it got worse. So yeah, I do feel like he should have judged her. Maybe not. I mean, it kind of was annoying when he was like, this is what's happening. And when she finally knew, then he was, I'll never forgive you.
The part where he said the never forgive, both him and his sister were just like, it's like, yeah, but she's also been indoctrinated into this.
Yeah.
You didn't give her a chance to, learn and to change. Like, give her like, you gave her a day, she's trying.
It just reminded me so much of the Civil War, like times where there are two different sides. Like people get so indoctrinated, and usually by religion, into this idea that there is a lesser people group, or God made certain people to serve us, and like what you said, it's usually so cultish. So was she completely out of line in a lot of other ways before she even knew about the blight? Yes. But I do feel like it was stupid where he was like, let me show you the truth. Also, I'm never going to forgive you. Like if you're going to lead someone to the answer and to the truth, you have to be willing to, like you said, let them have time to process it. And you have to unpack your entire religious belief system. And that takes time. And also there's phases of grief. It would be like the death of your religion. You would go through like the 5 stages of grief. And one is like anger and denial and all the things,
And then not only that, like, can you imagine learning, not knowing something existed?
Yeah.
Finding out a Holocaust is happening.
Oh, that's right.
And that you are a part of it.
Yes.
All in like in half a day.
Yeah. I likened
everybody you believed and trusted lied
everybody
to you.
You believe you are. I thought of the Holocaust where
that's what I thought of Hitler's Germany. Yeah,
you're killing all these people off. You were not aware of it, and it's not like you, like in Hitler's Germany, you probably saw little things that made you believe something wasn't right going on. Maybe there was not a lot going on that showed their magic was a bad thing. There was nothing. I mean, the men's kind of sucked towards women, but there was nothing showing that the magic and the production that they were doing and the advances they were doing was hurting anybody else. And to like find out all of a sudden, it would be completely different if she saw things along the way. Oh, that magic went a little weird and I saw a bunny rabbit die nearby. Like, like if she had seen the like writing on the wall ahead of time, I can get it where he would be upset, be like, you blinded yourself because you didn't want to know. There was nothing to say, just like show
there's nothing to see.
So that he was so mad about it. I get that, it's hard to forgive those people that were a part of such an atrocity, but you have to kind of think of it from both sides.
Yeah. I was telling Leah that it makes me think of, I feel like for him to play devil's advocate, he watched his whole family die in front of him. And so I was telling Leah it would be almost like someone kills your family member in a car crash and it was an accident, but are you just going to be okay with it? You know what I mean? So I think his anger is just from grief and it's misdirected, which isn't okay. But it does make sense why he's reacting that way.
I saw like the very beginning where he just freaks out. I was like, yeah, I get that. But as soon as he was like, I can never forgive, I was like, okay, slow down, dude. Like she can't forgive herself either.
I think he was also just scared that he was developing feelings for her. So he had to make her completely inaccessible to him in his mind. Like, I have these feelings for her. Obviously, we know that later. But like, I can't go there. So I'm going to make her deplorable to me immediately. So I'll never let myself do that because that would be against everything I believe in, being with these people that I absolutely hate. And so I feel like right then was his moral dilemma of like, I'll never forgive you. We can never be together. I never want you, so maybe it was like something that was just a knee-jerk reaction to him.
Yeah, I think it was like a plot device.
A plot device. Yeah, it was definitely something like that. I agree.
I do think it was like a triggered response. It was just like almost like a PTSD response.
Because
Yeah.
you see later he hurts from losing her. So it's
Yeah.
like,
It was a trauma response. That's a really good
Yeah.
way to put it, because we always say things when we're very upset that we
Yeah.
don't need
Nobody was reacting rationally, especially from the Quen. And I feel like I saw all of their responses as like trauma responses.
yeah,
Mhm.
the repression. I
Yeah.
kind of wish, I'm all for a romance. I didn't feel like I needed it in this book at all.
I didn't either.
I kind of wish it had not been there.
Yeah.
I almost wish it had been like either father daughter or something. Like he was an older man and she was a daughter, and she took and she went to mage school and he was there and he took her under his wing, or the other way around. He was a young man and she was an older lady who was going through mage school, first of her kind. And he's like a son to her. She starts like showing him things. I wish it had been that type of love versus like a romance. I didn't need it.
I feel like it was just one more layer, like forbidden love.
It was supposed to get them to show more of the connection, but I was like, to make it more sad that one or the other would die. But like I said, I wish it had been an age gap where they were mother, son, or he was father, she was daughter.
Mhm.
That type of love.
Really deep.
I feel like it didn't bother me either way. Like I agree. I don't think it was needed. I didn't really care that it was there, but it didn't take away from it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think so either. The thing is, they both dealt with injustices and were minorities in different ways. The part where they were trying to decide how to buy a drink for each other was so thought-provoking.
It was.
I love this.
Yeah, it was.
Of hers. This is so true. It's
Represent colonization, I think.
Colonization. I agree. I think this book was a lot about colonization and how things do happen that way.
Mm-hmm.
Describe the book in 3 words. What 3 words would you use?
Is it my turn?
I hope so. I forgot to write it.
Whoever can think of it first. Let me think, because I didn't think of mine ahead of time. I would say dark, political, and maybe prejudice. I don't know.
Yeah,
those are mine.
Mine would be like evolution, because there's like personal evolution in the book, like evolutionary, philosophical, and morally gray.
Yeah.
Just say gray.
Gray. Just gray.
Gray. Shade of gray.
And it's funny because you said a word and I was like, oh no, that was mine, but it wasn't. Mine was revolution.
Revolutionary.
Yeah, they were rising up against and repressive. So it was from all angles. The men was repressing the women, and they were also repressing the race. And then maybe hope, because at the end they are looking towards a new beginning on both ends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, contrary, because they're always contrasting the other in belief in religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of contrast in the book.
Yeah.
Corinna says heavy, dark, thought-provoking, great, awful, and all-encompassing.
Great, awful. I love that.
A great way to put it.
She both hated and loved the book.
That's hilarious. Great, awful.
Dark, tragedy, and morality.
Morality. Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
We agree everyone on dark. It's dark.
Yeah. Have you read any by this author? Would you read another book by this author? 100%. And no, I have not read from her.
Same. I have not read from her, but I had Sword of Kaigen first. And I've had that on it's one of these over here. I've had that one for quite a while. I've heard about that one first from like Emily Reads or something. And then this one came out, and this one's much shorter, so it was a good
Yeah.
foray into her writing.
And I think they said Sword of Kaigen is like a mother-daughter story.
Even better.
Yeah, so I thought you would probably like that. You might
Yeah.
like that one.
I've never
Um,
read from this.
and it's also supposed to be more emotional than this book, is what I'm told.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard it will wreck you. I'm ready.
I have never read from this author, but I absolutely love her, right? It's a her. I love her. I think she's amazing. And
When they have initials, it's like, who knows?
I know.
Have you seen the her picture at the back? It's hilarious.
I know, it's not even a real person.
It's like, oh look, here's a drawing.
I have the book. I'm like,
She had to be different.
Hilarious. She's a martial artist, weird recluse. Currently,
I'm going to read these other 3 words while you look at that for a second. Dark political, sad, dark politics, and hopeful.
Oh, it says she has a young adult fantasy series called the Volta Academy Chronicles. Interesting.
Oh yeah, I heard about that, I think.
Yeah.
I don't have a photo of her either.
I really like this author. I would say that she writes really philosophical stuff.
Corinna's response: I had no desire to read Sword of Kaigen, but oh how things have changed. I'll need a full 6 months to recover.
She was born in Wisconsin.
Headspace.
That's hilarious. By the way, just random thought. I really like how the book is binded because, like, do you see?
I love when they do that.
The pages are really separated quite nicely, so it's really floppy and.
I love when books do that. Sarah Adams' book does that. Her newest one.
It just feels clean and orderly. I don't know.
Clean and orderly.
It's a nice vibe to look at.
It's babe. Yeah.
No, haven't, but I want to. Mother son. Sorry, I got that wrong. No, I haven't, but now Sword of Kaigen is on my list to read.
Son. I thought this was the daughter.
Me too. I definitely.
I probably got it wrong. I probably misquoted. I Love the Book was the first I've read by this author.
Well, I mean, I thought Abel was it's
definitely a son
or a man.
Corinna, it's
Anne Boleyn?
mother son.
It's a man. I don't know why.
Oh my!
Anne Boleyn?
Destroy me.
Her cousin. I thought it was a man. I don't know why. And then I kept saying that when he's like, "No, it's not." And I'm like, "Oh."
Oh yeah. I was like, that's a girl, isn't it? Then I started to question myself. I'm like, am I wrong?
So whenever Wendy was questioning herself just now, I'm like, don't question yourself because you were right in the face of my error.
I don't know. I've gotten it really wrong before. I want to read that book. Yes. Yeah. Look, he's coming in just to say monkey head bonkers, Corinna.
Hilarious.
Josh. Oh, you're so funny. Hi, everyone. I'm going to read this eventually. I just wanted to say hi. Hope you enjoy it.
Read it yet?
I am shocked that she hasn't read it yet.
I know. Did you see her?
No, don't say that.
Uh-oh.
That's not
And then,
cool
Alicia's just laughing.
I don't agree with this chat right now.
What?
That he 2-starred it?
But he's 2-starred Sword of Kaigen. We haven't read that yet.
But still, I just have all faith that it's going to be just good.
I hope it's good.
I
Me
do
too.
now.
But also, form your own opinions.
Now I feel de-influenced or what's it called? De-influencing. Yes, I don't want to read it now.
Don't be coming in hot like that, Josh.
Yeah, come on.
What authors or books would you recommend for those that enjoyed this book? I got nothing.
I have a lot.
Because I've read nothing like this.
Here, while you think of it, I'm going to look and just see what books are like this.
Okay. So, this is much darker. And so this one, okay, so ML Wong, Sword of Kaigen, obviously more ethnical versus Blood Over Bright Haven, much more, I think, white. if that makes sense, like definitely seems more that way versus like Poppy War is really good, and that's R.F. Kuang before she wrote Babel. So Poppy War has more magic to it, but very like devastating and deadly. I definitely got Babel vibes from the magic system, even though Babel wasn't my favorite, but still, like, I really enjoyed the literary aspects of it and the magic system of it. So I did enjoy that portion of it. And if you enjoy somebody who is kind of taking on the rights of the wrongs, Babel is very good. And then Mark Lawrence has quite a few books that I would recommend for this. If you liked this book, you would like his. The Book That Wouldn't Burn is one of them. And then the series Red Sister. The Red Sister is called Book of the Ancestry. That whole series, Red Sister, is one of my favorite fantasy series. So if you kind of like this, but I like that one because there's a lot of morally gray characters in that one. And but they're in like a school, an academic setting, but it's like warrior fighting versus this one being more academic. So it is a school setting, but it is towards the like more physical. There is some mental in it, but that's one of my favorites. And then what was another one after that? And then, yeah, if you like, this goes outside, but if you really like Red Sister, then go to Nevernight by, he's over there, Jay Kristoff. So it's like you wouldn't go straight from Blood Over Brighthaven to Nevernight. You would go Blood Over Brighthaven to Red Sister. You really like that, you go to Nevernight.
I definitely want all the school setting recommendations because I really enjoy that aspect of fantasy, like being in a school.
Red Sister, so good.
Okay.
They're nuns. They nunchuck. So good.
Also, I DNF'd the Poppy War, but I want to go back and revisit. I don't feel like I was in the mind frame to like that at the time. I feel like I've evolved a little bit, and so I do want to revisit that. I think I was just, I don't know. I was just not
like now because you've read more.
Yeah, I feel like it was, I don't know what it was. It was almost like the magic system. I was getting concerned it was going to lean towards like more demonic, and I don't remember what made me feel that way. And so, but I feel like now I don't know that I would have thought that.
It's more what do I want to say?
Because it was very spiritual, and so I was wondering where that was going to go.
Yeah, but you know, like, not the Zodiac. What am I trying to? Well, the like Chinese Zodiac. Do you consider them to be like overshadowing? If you think that's overshadowing God, then maybe. But it's more like, it's not exactly the Chinese Zodiac, not at all. But like,
yeah,
I'm trying to say it's that type of vibe. If you think that is gonna hurt your religious belief, then
I think it was more so that I was concerned of where it was heading, and so I just was like, I just don't want to read.
But I've only read the first one, so that I will say that. But I did not feel that one pushed my beliefs.
Okay, good, because I feel like if you finished it, then you would know. Because like I was just like, I don't. If this is where this is heading, I don't want it to head that way. I would say my only recommendation that I can think of it is definitely way farther more dark than this, which would be Alchemized. And I would only say because the magic system leads more towards sci-fi, there are tons of morally gray things. And it is very like, you know, there's lots of questions and thought-provoking things in there. So that's really all I could say.
I finally thought of something, but I had to be a little bit, you know, like I had to do some research. But I did read Red Rising. And that is by Pierce Brown. And there are a lot of elements that are similar as far as like the red people would be like the lowest class people. There are different like colors of people in economic standings of people. And then the lowest people are like the servants, but also there are a lot of things that they do they mine things that make them infertile, I believe, and different other aspects that are similar. And there's also like a rebel rousing revolutionary person in this group that kind of comes against the powers to be and the ideology of that time. So I would say Red Rising would be one that would be similar sort of to this vibe. And then Wendy, I thought that you'd read, well, The Raven Scholar. It says that it's similar
Oh
to,
yeah, The Raven Scholar. I forgot about that one.
and that
I
is
want to read
that is
that.
from academia, and it does say that it's very similar to it. And then you said, maybe you did you say Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab? Not
That's like
did you, Yvette? That's
No.
yeah, it said that that's also very similar to this book.
That's like vampiric and sapphic.
That's what it says on here. And then it also says Babel, and it says The Will of the Many has a lot of similar themes.
The will. Oh wait, we're reading that, right?
We are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But Red Rising I actually did read, and I think I read book 2 or most of book 2. I didn't finish book 2, but it's very similar vibes.
Yeah.
That's another
That
one
one
I
was good.
DNF'd that I think I'll revisit is Red
Yeah,
Rising.
You would like it if you went back and revisited it.
I think, well, okay, I tried to read that when I had COVID and I was like dying on my bed. And so I just don't think it was the time for a sci-fi.
There's sci-fi where other like deadly diseases are happening, probably.
Yeah.
If I read
I was like,
sick, I would DNF it too.
I don't understand what's happening. I quit. I just didn't go back.
You were just fresh.
I did read The Raven Scholar and I loved that book. I gave it 4 stars. That was the first epic fantasy that I completed and I enjoyed, and I was confused for probably like 40%, but I pushed through and I was really glad that I did.
There you go. See, you've read this category of book.
I saw that at Barnes and Noble for when I went for the 25% off sale. The Raven Scholar, and I almost bought it, and I was like, it's a paperback, and you normally can get those for cheaper than Barnes and Noble. So I was like, oh no.
Wow.
And on Pango, there's not a single copy. There's 2 copies, but they're like special editions, so there's no way I'm buying those before I know it. But I was like, man, apparently people buy this and keep it. So
Yeah.
It was such a joke to me because I feel like every time I go to buy a book on there, it's so cheap, and then the shipping is like exceptional.
Oh, I know.
And I'm
I
like,
know.
I can just get this for new on Amazon, whatever.
Yeah.
Alicia, who's also in the comments, she also loved The Raven Scholar as well.
Yeah, I want to read that one. Because of you.
Hello.
I have it as an
Aw.
article. I need to read it.
Yeah, like it's definitely complex, but
Is it a standalone?
no, there's going to be more. And I will say it does lean well, I don't know, maybe it's a good balance between fantasy and sci-fi. I kind of felt like it was a little more sci-fi at the time, but maybe not. I think it's a mixture.
I like a little bit of sci-fi.
It
Yeah,
also,
Babel for sure.
it also
Yes.
says Recursion by Blake Crouch as in a similar read.
Oh, that's a good suggestion. Yeah. Non-bookish media, Full Metal Alchemist, and Arcane. Not heard of either of those.
Arcane was like a TV show, movie.
Ooh. She didn't
This
like it
is not-
either.
Going well.
Guys!
I will never read it. Hard pass.
Well, that's because
It's okay. Form your own opinion, people.
Hey, people coming in the chat like,
But
Listen,
no.
I have loved books that everyone's hated. It will be okay. I'm sure the writing is excellent, though.
yeah, I was gonna say her writing is usually excellent.
naysayers.
Naysayers.
I want to read Babel, but haven't. Most people love it. You guys probably will. Ashlyn and her husband loved it. That's the main reason I want to read Sword of Kaigen.
They're so cute.
I didn't like Red Rising, but I think I should go back and immersive read it because I was only listening to the audio and I trailed off. Yeah.
You really have to pay attention on that book. I had to go back. I was listening to audio too, and I had to keep going back and re-listening to chapters.
Yeah. I have 4 books and haven't read any of them. So I need to read it.
And it's also considered a young adult, I believe, isn't it? Isn't it?
Is
young
it?
adult? I think so.
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
Sure.
I'm not saying not to read it. Please do. I just didn't love it. No, I know you're not saying that. I used to be more swayed by people's opinions of books, but not really so much anymore because I feel
Yeah.
like there's been times where I've just been the complete opposite of people before, like the majority. So I just now have learned to just try it anyways.
Yeah. It's
I started Red Rising, but might reread because I forgot a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
I am ready to read The Raven Scholar and The Will of the Many.
I'm excited for
The
The Will
Raven
of the
Scholar was great.
We're doing it in January, right?
Yes.
Are we trying to do like a set date? And will you have chapter breakdown?
So I was going to, but I can't because there's like 75 chapters. So I was like, that's a lot of adding in the chats with my like 8 Harry Potter books already. But I totally can if enough people really want me to do the chapter breakdowns. I can. I didn't know if there was a ton of us doing it. I feel like right now there's like 4 people maybe. So let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do that. I totally can. It will clog up the Discord.
Yeah.
If you guys are fine with that, then I'll do it.
Yeah, because it's like right above the Harry Potter. So I was.
You could have multiple chapters in one, like, you know, like chapter 1 through 5, 5 through, you know what I mean? Like you kind of
yeah, that's true. That's true.
This book. So you could do like maybe 5 or 6 chapters, and that way it's not as long.
I could make it more broad.
Yeah, and or you could even just put a general thoughts for each. Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes me excited that you guys, well, there was someone who said, like, if you like this, try The Will of the Many. So many people have loved that book that I'm just so excited for it because I've just heard nothing but great things.
I bought the second book already. So I need to like it.
You need to like it.
I need to like it.
I saw it at Barnes and I'm excited. It kind of just gives me Brandon Sanderson vibes and made me think of you, Yvette.
Because I love Brandon Sanderson. It's so good.
So thick.
I was thinking of him the other day, as one does, and I was like, maybe I just reread his giant books.
I'm gonna try him again, as you saw.
I know. Try. That's awesome. I already have those books and I need to read them. So perfect.
I was like, Wendy is a changed reader. I need to try it again.
Is it
Let's do sci-fi?
Skyward? Is that the one you're talking about? Okay. I said Skyward.
And
let's go to YA sci-fi.
I also feel like I want to do a reread of Mistborn, and I feel like maybe I would like it more now. So I want to, because I already have all 3 books, so I may as well, you know?
Epic fantasy era.
I am. Final ratings. Mine is 5 stars, and I absolutely loved it. I teetered between a 4.5 and a 5, only because of the ending, but I later just was like, no, it's a 5-star for me. So,
yeah. I also gave it 5 stars, and the surprise is that I believe it's my favorite book of the year.
Wait, this year?
Yeah. Yes.
This year?
No, 2025.
Oh.
Yeah, because that would be crazy to be like, this is
okay.
No,
it's my first book of the year, so I was like, wait.
I read it
that's so exciting, Leah. You've read one book.
It's my favorite book of the entire 2026. Woo!
It's my favorite book this year too. I've only read one.
Over here. No, I the reason it be okay, so before that it was Shield of Sparrows. But what I liked about this, and what I like about this book more, is that it transformed me into thinking about things more. And I feel like if literature doesn't bring transformation, then it's not important. So I feel like it made me think of deeper themes and really transported me into this idea of morality that I hadn't really thought of. That is just, you know, so I do feel like this checks all the boxes, like philosophically, like more. I love morally gray characters because I love Rebecca Searle, and all of her books are morally gray people. And I just really like the science in it, the magic system, and just the idea that it challenges you. So I think it's my favorite book of the year. Best book I've read this year.
Which just honestly shook me completely when she said that, because I literally thought she was going to just hate this book. And then she's like, this is the best book of the year. And I'm like, what?
I don't know what it was, but just like I said, it just touched me because I really challenged myself to think deeper than I had been. And so I feel like if a book can do that to you, it's a really good book. And whereas Shield of Sparrows was just what I love for entertainment, this one just really challenged the way I thought. And I feel like for me, that's what I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Very thought-provoking. I gave it a 4, but
honestly, Yvette, I was waiting for you to say I gave it 2 stars. Like, I have been terrified this whole time that you hated this book. I'm like, Yvette is gonna give it 2 stars.
To be fair, she reads from the genre a lot, so yeah.
I know, but I was concerned because I had similar iffy feelings about the religious thing, and so that's what I was worried about. If you were gonna hate the book, it would be because of that.
It was less. I didn't love the religious aspect that she kind of left that open-ended, and that it felt a little bit to me that she was pushing her agenda.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like that it made you think. I did like the aspect, like I was so happy that she died because I was like, yes, like this, like from the moment she found out, I was like, she has to die, right? Like she has to die. I was a little disappointed actually that Tommel didn't die. I thought they would both die and it would be like a rebirth from like I was kind of hoping that. So I was very happy with that part of it. I think the thing for me, when I was reading it, I kept on feeling like I was lacking in something, that maybe if it had been a duology, or like there was so much that I felt I was missing, that, and I'm all for a standalone. Like I would like more standalones, but I was sitting there and I was like, why do I just not feel satiated in certain areas? Why do I not feel like fulfilled in this area? So that's kind of where I was like, I didn't have that like 5-star, like, oh my God. But I will say, like, that first chapter is probably the best chapter I've ever read. Like, was so good, so hooking, like just like dug its nails into you and dragged you back. I was like, this is so good. Like, I was so excited at that point. I thought for sure I'd be like 5 stars. I'm like, this is gonna be amazing, you know, like I was so excited about that. And so yeah, I just like through it, I was like, why I'm not getting, whereas like some of the other fantasies, which are like a trilogy or something like that, has so much more that I'm able to like learn so much about. I think that, like I said, if this was maybe a duology, I probably would have given it 5 stars, where like they had pumped all the information in this one and then you get more in the next one. But that's why I was more like, it was really good. I thought a lot, but it was 4 stars.
Yeah. I would say for me, same as Leah, in the fact that I really haven't had a book challenge me this way about just moral dilemmas and real world issues that you could really relate this to. And so I think I had like some really high highs and low lows in this book. And the first chapter was just insane. And then the jaw-dropping moments for me where I really just did not at all see so many things coming, which something I forgot to mention, like that scene where Alba comes in, I was like, what? Like, I couldn't believe that she reacted that way. Like, there was just, not that like added to the book, but there was just so many things that I didn't see coming. And I felt like I honestly, till the very last page, like I didn't know how this was going to end. And I didn't know, is everyone going to die? Is no one going to die? Yeah. Is like, what's about to happen? Is this really going to end and leave us like really depressed? Like, how is this going to be? I was saying that my only concern was, because I felt 5-star the whole time. And the end, the only reason I thought it might not be a 5-star was if there wasn't some form of justice. That would have really bothered me. And I do feel like there was a form of justice for all of the mages. And so that is what made it kind of like, even though it was open-ended, it was completed for me because there was some form of justice. So I do kind of like that she left it a little open-ended, but she did kind of wrap some things. So
yeah. the other one that a little bit bothered me was, okay, so the ending where all her and the mages all die, fantastic, like really, really good. But then where Mordra is gonna be the next high mage, I was like, what?
Honestly, I wanted all of them to die.
Like, right?
I don't want all of them to die and for them to like form a new government that includes them.
Rebuild. Like, I get that you need, like, you do need, as they say in history, I'm not going to say the quote correctly or whatever, but it's like empty space always needs a new evil, not evil, but like whenever you topple a regime, there's always somebody else who's going to take over. So like, you know, Hitler died, Stalin all of a sudden, like it was like we got out of that and became, there was like the Red War, the communists and everything. So like there's always that new, so you always need to have like a new power in place. But do you think that Mordra is going to be the one to do it? He's going to get up there and not know what to do. And then evil men are going to come up and they're going to like sway him to do stuff. It's not going to work out. And then Tommel just runs off back to his other place. And I'm like, you didn't bring your... Sorry, I got a little back.
No, I
you
agree.
left this off and you gave this one guy who's not, he's weak. He's not going to be able to do it. And so you put him into power and then Tommel just leaves and they go back to where they came from. And I'm like, you needed to coexist to show that you can and to build that new relationship together. You can't run away and think, oh, in 100 years, this will be fine. You're going to have problems again. So that part kind of ticked me off at the end because I was like, what? And he's just like, and then Siona raised a glass in my honor and said, go ahead. And I was like, no, she did not do that. She's dead and you should have stayed.
No, I love it. I feel like, but I love that it was able to evoke these passionate feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I passionately hated some people
I
passionately was depressed in some chapters.
Yeah.
To the point that I had to shut the book and go to bed. I was like, this is so depressing. I'm going to bed now. Like
I only had a day, so I couldn't close it. I had to keep going.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But like I just felt so many emotions.
Yes.
So.
No, I agree. The people you hate, I do like it when the people you hate. And it's like real good.
Yes.
And
like the Grinch. Hate.
Yeah, hate.
Double hate.
Loathe entirely.
Loathe entirely.
Yes, that's how I felt. Heard of the Raven Scholar, want to read. Does anyone know if the Will of the Many's chapters are short? If so, you could put a lot of chapters in one thread. I have
don't know.
the Kindle book, so I don't know. 5 stars. Mistborn, happy face.
Woo.
Gave it 5 stars. No one is surprised. 5 stars, but ask anyone here. It took me a long time to decide between 4.75 and 5. The end left me feeling so unsettled, but talking to Wendy really helped me see this perspective. Yeah, I think we struggled a little bit with how Kara acted at the end and how violent she was. But I told Corinna, the way I look at it is these people are not psychologically sound and they've been like treated horrible for years, watched their family members treated horrible for years. Yeah. And I don't think anyone would act in their right mind at all in that instance. Like they're just full of rage and have been oppressed for years.
I will say that she was born, not exactly born into it, because she was born before then, but that's all she's known is this hatred towards her kind. And he's taught her to be small and to be aware at all times. So like, I got that. But the fact that he struggled with letting Siona go ahead and basically kamikaze herself. And she was just like, yeah, let her do it. She wants to. I was like, you have to have some like compassion, you know, like She wants to, like, just because somebody wants to do it doesn't mean you just like go ahead. So that part I did struggle with a little bit.
5 stars for Tammy. Love this, Leah. 5 stars. Want to try Brandon Sanderson now. Mistborn is in my future. The very last book you read, how incredible, right?
It's
like the
pretty
last book changed Leah's entire year.
I love it.
Read The Way of the Kings, Betsy. It's phenomenal.
5 stars. I want to read Mistborn this year.
Oh, The Way of the Kings.
The book really, really touched me too, even if it also destroyed me. I agree. I love that about this book. I definitely didn't expect the first chapter.
It's so good.
That first chapter was the best first chapter I have read yet in a book.
Yeah.
I agree. Love chapter 1. That was half of my unsettled feeling. I wanted so badly to have them coexist, but I thought about it, and I don't think at this point that's realistic at all.
Yeah, that's true.
I really had to take a break after chapter 10. That was when I closed the book. It was after chapter 11. I was like, time to go to bed.
Time to go. Okay, so I was
100%.
just gonna say, Will of the Many is shorter-ish chapters.
Okay.
Short to mid chapters. I will say Blood Over Brighthaven were long. Like I would look at the audio as like 53 minutes for this chapter. I was like, what?
Yes.
It's true. The chapters were very long.
I think I was sad because what Leah said is true. There has to be a sacrifice to right the wrong. The fact that they killed after they were so upset about being killed. The dilemmas.
Yeah.
Okay. So the last thing I have to say is our book pick for February, which you already have seen, is Salt to the Sea by Ruta Septies. This is Historical Fiction Month, and I have a little bit of information listed on it on Instagram. I'll probably post in a couple days, like just a picture about the book. My hosts are going to be Jen and Elise. So I'm very excited to have Jen for the first time.
Nice.
And this is a YA historical fiction, so it should be a really easy, quick read. But I read I Must Betray You by her, and it was phenomenal. Like, it was just so, so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I hear you, Yvette, putting The Way of the Kings on my holds on Libby. Bring on more depression.
It's so good. Just start writing down all the people's names, though. Like, that is very important. Like, let me see.
Oh, Way of Kings. Yeah.
Way of the King. Sorry.
I was like, I feel like this doesn't have that many. Like
this
short
is
book.
Let's see here. This is my note for Way of the Kings. Of all the people.
That's so crazy.
And how they connect.
That's crazy.
I was like reading it and I was like, I feel like I'm gonna need to write that down. Came in handy.
Well, we went 2 hours on this discussion. So I usually only last about an hour. And, I think that just means that it was a really good book to discuss.
Now
we had lots to say. Yes. Beartown has nothing on that book.
Wow. That's good.
But thank you all for sticking with us for the full 2 hours. And thank you to Leah and Yvette for being my lovely host this month. And we will see you guys for February, hopefully. So I will see you then.
Bye.
Bye.